Hello, I'm Lizzie. I'm at UCH and I'm really pleased to wish you a happy Pride. I'm sending love and support to the LGBT plus community and thinking of you today. I know it's so hard for us not to all be together and to celebrate and to show our care. But we have to do things online, and actually this could be an opportunity to do maybe new things. Part of the new things I'm doing is to encourage people to try origami. It's a way of relaxing, having a bit of fun, and so we'd so love to see your artwork and what you create. So I've been asked to do 3 different amazing folds, which I hope you're going to give a go. Be brave, and if you can take any pictures, decorate them. It'd be amazing to see your work. So I'm going to show you first of all hearts, which is a beautiful thing to make and so appropriate. Show our love. So we're going to make a heart. I would recommend decorating it. I'm then going to show you how to make a butterfly, and that's a lovely one. You see it transform from a flat piece of paper into become a beautiful butterfly, and maybe you can decorate it and write messages as well. And then the final one, which will be a wonderful puzzle to leave you with, is you can make your very own crown. So it's lovely and circular, lots of pieces fitting together, and I'll explain how to make that. So I hope you're going to enjoy this. I'm going to turn it round, and part of your celebrations, decorate yourself with origami. It's a good thing to do. Brings people across the world. So I'm going to explain what to do. I'm going to demonstrate from just normal A4 paper, because that's something that we all have at home. And if you've got any pens, pencils, please write messages on them and take pictures, and we're going to be sharing them on Twitter, social media, so we want to see your stuff. Right, I'm going to grab a piece of paper and show you first of all how to make a heart, which is a traditional fold from Japan, and quite simple as well, so it's a really good one to start with. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to make a square. It's maybe obvious, it may not be, and it's something that's worth learning. So if you simply take the edge and bring it up and keep it in a nice straight line so it all lines up. So normally I work on the wards with patients and with staff, encouraging well-being. And I was actually taught some origami by a patient and asked to learn it and pass it on. And it's something that never ceases to bring smiles and just brings a special moment from the simplest of materials. So I've just lined it up. So origami is all about being very precise, and maybe you feel that's difficult, but actually if you give yourself time, you'll get there. So lining up, good strong folds. Next we need to remove this rectangle. So I'm going to turn it over and bring this back. There we go. And I think actually on Friday night we're also going to do a live fold as well. So very exciting. There we go. So a nice strong line there. If you give it a good fold, it will help everything. It's what gives it the strength. Let's add a little bit of tension too. There we go. And then I'm going to make a little tiny tear there and rip it off, which in its own way is relaxing too. There we go. So you've now got a square with a diagonal. What we're going to do is give it another diagonal, but we're just going to pinch it in the middle. So I can probably bring up the camera now. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up those corners, and I'm not going to fold it all the way across, sorry. But I'm going to line up those corners, and I'm just going to pinch it in the middle, just here. It just gives you a nice little halfway line. That's it. So opening it up, and then I'm going to bring the top down to the middle. So I've been encouraging this origami. It's just looking after ourselves. This is such a difficult time for us all. Isolation is not good. But this is something we can do together, and you can share what you make, and it just hopefully it brings some delight. Right, the next step is to take the bottom and bring that right up to the very top, where, believe it or not, we're not far off. So it makes this shape. There we go. And our next step, you will see it emerging now, is to take the side and fold it in a straight line, the middle. And sometimes I've done this with a big group of people. They're all holding their paper, and then suddenly the hearts start to emerge. Here we go. And then this side also lifting it up. The advantage with this film is you can then pause and go back to it, slow it down. So, and most of all, I think origami is about developing a good attitude to trying something new, and to persistence. Don't give up, you will get there. That's it. So what we're going to do is slightly, it's a bit of a, looks like a pixel heart at the moment, but we can make it a little bit softer. Let's make it a little bit softer and a little bit kinder. So the very tops we can just fold over. That's right. All we're doing is just tucking it away. We don't want to see that, do we? That's it. And then the side we can fold back. There we go. So I'll include at the bottom of the video how to share it on social media with a hashtag. So maybe you could make a heart and take a picture, write a message on it. You can write something cool, or maybe colour it in. This actually happened to be just really lovely paper that we already had in the lovely pride colours. So that's our first fold. I hope that's worked. So that's the simplest, but hopefully a really effective one. Or maybe you can put hearts in your windows. They make nice cards, put them up around the place. They will make you feel happy. You could hang a row of hearts from things as well. As you can see, I decorate the place entirely. So we've made heart. Our next fold, which I hope you'll join me on, is to make a butterfly. So this is from Akira Yoshizawa, who's Japanese and a very famous and amazing origamist. He invented so many pieces, and this is such a beautiful one. And I would recommend actually getting out your pens and colours, because this is quite a fun one to decorate first and then fold up. I'm going to do something myself. So grab again another piece of paper. Might as well use A4. It's something we all have, and we can make then a nice big butterfly, big tropical butterfly. Why not? Think about its emergence as well. There's all this lovely feeling of transformation and expression. So we're going to take the corner and fold it in a nice straight line, like so. Okay, this is a little bit of a workout for your mind as well, isn't it? And as I said, most will be patient and kind to yourself. Go slowly. That's the way to enjoy it as well. So we'll take off this rectangle. So turn it over, bring it back. It's all lined up. Go careful. And I think when you're being careful, you're taking time. You're also being careful, kind to yourself as well, aren't you? That's it. That good strong fold. If you've got nails, use them. If you haven't, you can still press well. And release a bit of that tension. Again, getting rid of that strip. Hard thing for me is remembering all these things, but I get there somehow. Persistence again. So, thinking how we're going to fold our butterfly. So, actually, I think at this point we might as well get decorating. So if you folded it this way, open it up, turn it over so that the folds on the outside already looks beautiful. And I'm going to really quickly decorate it. Maybe I will write a few things on there as well. So you could also write messages, but it will change quite a lot as you do it. I'm just going to makes it a little bit more interesting. Be bold. Your artwork will be unique and individual to you. And that's what I love about art. There's no actual right or wrong. And I think people get a little bit too hung up on what things should look like. There's no real should or shouldn't with art, is there? It's your own self-expression. So use whatever colours, whatever shapes, whatever messages, maybe a picture, who knows? I've just done a really quick thing just to show you and to encourage you to get a little bit creative with this one. It's a fun one to do, the butterfly. So I've made a little bit of a message there. So our next step is, we've got it this way round, is we are going to do the other diagonal fold. So turn it back to the blank side and we're going to do a diagonal fold there. So we've done both diagonals then. That's it. So you can obviously buy fancy lovely origami papers. They're a nice treat, but they're not needed. You can use any paper. So it looks a little bit like a nice little tent. What we're going to do next is a horizontal fold there, and it's going to help to fold it all up a bit later on. So I'm going to fold it in half Again, take your time, be nice and exact. Maybe this is something just to watch, but most of all I'd recommend giving it a go. Right, so it looks like this. If you put your finger underneath the middle, you can pop it up. And can you see it's already folding up? So it's also called paper engineering, this. All about forces and structures. There we go. I can maybe bring it up again. That's it. So we're going to take a little corner, one of these corners. We're just going to do it to this side. And we're going to bring it up to the top. So I was reading about a little bit about Akira Yoshizawa, and apparently when he was younger he had time near sort of a hospital and he would make origami for patients, and he became unwell himself. There we go, bring it up to the top, and but recovered and lived to the age of 94. That's a nice story, isn't it? Let's hope for us good health at this time. That's it. So you've done that side. Now turn it over to the back. And what we're going to do, we're not going to do the same thing, but we're going to take the bottom of this and we're going to bring it up, just the top layer. We're going to bring it up. You can see it's already doing interesting things. Keep it nice and central. Oh, it's trying to curve around. Keep it nice and central. We're bringing it up so that this sticks up a bit. And that's because we need to give it a little head and it will help keep it all together. So having it up and then folding it back, it's kind of keeping it sealed up together and it will become the head. Now you've got these nice little side bits emerging. I recommend taking a little bit of time and letting this kind of sculptural shape develop there. It always reminds me a little bit of a kimono at this point. Such a lovely shape. There we go. So we're almost there. You can see it's looking like a butterfly. So if you now turn it over, what we're going to do is fold it in half so that these become the wings. So folding it in half this way. That's right, so that you've got this intricate area underneath. It gives it a nice sort of curve. And I know it's a little bit thick there with the head and things, but that's fine. So you're squeezing it in on itself. We're almost there. Our butterfly. So our next step is to give it a body. So this is the head. We're going to go from the top of the head down here, down to that point. So it's a sort of a line there. And this is just opening up and giving it a bit more shape as well. There we go. And then the same on the other side. And hopefully you have got a beautiful butterfly. Yeah, which feels like you could wear it as well or put it up around the place. Put it on a board. I really like these. I hope that that's worked for you. This is like an origami marathon, isn't it? I couldn't resist showing you 3 folds, so it's a good chance to celebrate. I hope that this will inspire you. So our third and final fold, and I'm actually only going to show you part of it because it's almost like a little puzzle, but it's a really good one. It's to make your own crown. Everybody needs their own crown, don't they? Origami princess. So what this is made of pieces that plug together. We will do it, I will show you out of plain paper. Here I've made each out of a different piece of paper, which looks really nice, these colours. I just so happen to have a few nice colourful pieces of paper. But what I'd recommend is if you make it out of white, which is one I made earlier, you could then maybe colour it in. So you could decorate it, again, make it your own. You'll actually make it more unique. So I'm going to show you actually how to make just 2 of these pieces and how they plug together. And I would recommend possibly making all the pieces together at the same time. So modular, it's almost a bit like Lego, that you've got little bits that fit together. So I would recommend, I've found for myself, but I'm on the smaller side, is to make maybe 7 pieces. And yeah, you could make those together. So this one is also designed by an amazing Japanese origamist, Tomoko Fuse. It's a beautiful name, and she apparently was unwell as a child in hospital, and that's where she got into origami, and she's just the most amazing origamist. Really beautiful, lots of modular things. So delighted to share her beautiful fold, and so kind that she's made these discoveries and shared them with the world. So I hope you're going to enjoy this. So as I said, I would recommend making maybe 7. possibly 8 if you feel like, because I'm quite small, so it may be that you make 7 or 8. I'm going to show you how to make 2 first of all, but I would do all of the numbers together at the same time. Right, so the principle of this is really nice and simple. I'm going to make 2 from just one piece of paper because this will be the right sort of size. So we're simply going to halve our piece of paper, so simply folding it. There we go. And then we're going to just simply tear it in half. Like so. So we're going to make 2. So again, making a square, the same principle. If you just take a corner and you bring it over to make a square. That's it. And again, we want to get rid of the rectangle. I know this is smaller than before, but it's the same idea. Turning it over, bring it back. Obviously, it looks a bit like a Robin Hood's hat at this point. Here we go. Bring that off. And I'm going to do the same for a second piece, just to show you how these pieces fit together. And then you can go away, hopefully make your own crown. This is hopefully a good thing to do this. Maybe this Friday or maybe this weekend. This could be your aim in life, why not? Get rid of this rectangle. I just know that if you're at all feeling down, if you reach for origami, it will make you feel better. It gives you a little purpose, and the focus is so nice, you forget everything else when you're doing it. And again, getting rid of that rectangle. So I've now got 2 pieces. Right, so for what we're going to do for each is simply do a cross that way and that way, horizontal and vertical. And I think I'll do the same thing on both of them at the same time. I actually rather find modulars lovely and relaxing because you do lots together at the same time. It becomes calming the more you do something over and over again. That repetition is rather soothing. So it's effectively a cross there, and we'll do the same on the other one as well. And take your time. There we go. Lovely. So our next step, which will be for both of them, is to take the side, doesn't matter which end, and fold it into the middle, like so. Just making a little top of a crown. That's it, and the same thing on the other side. It's quite a simple one in principle. It's amazing. To make confused is incredible. Right, so we've done this. Then take the bottom of this and fold it up to that middle line, like so. And then all you do is fold it up and fold it in half. That way. That is it. That is the unit of it. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm not going to do one where I've done it before because it's not showing you. So again, taking the side, folding it to the middle. But as I said, I reckon it's quicker if you do all 7, or maybe you could go for 8 all together at the same time. Maybe go for 8 just so you can be absolutely sure. But you'll probably find 7's the nicest number. It's a nice number, 7, isn't it? Made 3 folds, 7 points to this crown. There we go at the bottom, and we're going to bring it up to that middle line, like so, and then tuck it up, and then fold it in half so it goes in on itself. Everyone needs their own crown, don't they? Right, how to get this together. So I always think with origami, though I'm showing you, it is for you to puzzle out and to understand how these things work as well. And it is a joy, and just know that you will get there. So we can see that effectively these things need to go into each other. Actually, maybe I need to bring this down again. So to do that, you're going to need to sort of undo it, and then tuck one into the other. And you see, I'm not quite prescribing this because I want you to have a play, but you will find then it's all tucked together. So let me see. Be able to just take it out. So to get one into the other, think about it needs to be that way round, but one's got to go into the other. So undoing it, undoing that flap, and then you should be able to just slide one in to that point and bring that up. And can you see, it's really nice because it's already giving the sort of shape of the side of a crown. So now it's for you to puzzle out and do the whole thing, and you'll be able to get it all together. And as I said, maybe you can colour it, write messages. I hope to see all of your hearts and butterflies and crowns. Happy Pride! Happy Pride, everybody. Have a lovely, lovely Friday and a lovely weekend, and best wishes, and I really hope that this brings you a little bit of joy. Please do share your pictures. We'd love to see what you've made. This feeling of community together is really important, and I think if we can share pictures, it will really inspire others to also join us as well. So share the video. Let's get us all making hearts, butterflies, crowns, and feeling a whole lot better. Take care. Much support. Bye bye.